us in celebrating our interdependence. For over 200 years in this country, we've been celebrating our independence. However, we're asking people to think about how are we interdependent? How are we connected with each other, whether it's the people in our community or to our environment? So join us for Living Locally for a week and celebrating our interdependence.
Did you know that the average American meal has traveled 1,500 miles to get to our plates? And why is that a problem? Well, first of all, the only way that makes sense is that we've had cheap and abundant fuel to get it to your plate. And the fact is that we are running out of that. There's a concept known as peak oil, and that's the concept that we've used up 50% of the oil that is available on the earth. And there are more and more people vying for that other 50%, and that 50% that's left is much more difficult to extract and dangerous, as we've seen in the Gulf Coast recently. It also contributes to climate change, so burning fossil fuel is contributing to our climate change problem. So what can we do? Let's all try to live locally. Let's try to eat locally. Support your farmers markets. Know where your produce comes from. Start a garden and get that 1,500 miles down to 15 feet.
One thing you can do to live locally is actually to eat locally. You take one day out of the week or 1 week out of the year or 1 week a month and actually buy food from your local farmers market or trade food with people who are growing food in your community, or actually take some time out and grow something that you'll eat. You'll save on all the petroleum that's used to truck that food normally in the commercial if you were to buy that food in the store. I think one of the most powerful things people could do in order to address the amount of energy it takes to grow meat, to raise chickens or hogs or pigs, in order to really understand what it takes to do that, you have to do it yourself. So I think the best thing to do, along with maybe taking a break from meat for a day or so, is to actually raise chickens. And once you raise chickens, you kind of realize all the energy and love it takes to bring a chick into a hen and to kill it right away for a sandwich is something that you think twice about, as you've actually experienced all of the energy it takes to bring that one being from one point to another. So one really important thing in order to make localization really work is to create the kind of community you would want to actually stay in and be a local member of. And one really great way to do that is to actually spend some of your spare time sharing with your neighbors, your friends, your family stories, teaching them something you know how to do. That kind of stuff actually creates the kind of community that you want to call home and want to celebrate.
So it seems to me that most of us rush around at such a pace that we don't give ourselves a chance to get to know our neighbors. And every time I've slowed down enough to spend time with people as I go by and chat with them about things, it just feels so much better. Every time I live more slowly, like when I'm on vacation, I just feel much better about myself. So the idea is that we can strengthen our interdependence by living locally for a week. And so what would that mean? What would it mean to live locally for a week?
What Richmond Spokes thinks about sustainability is that people should bike, they should walk, and they should take public transportation. And while they're doing that, bottle water from the tap and keep from producing more plastic and more trash in dumps.
Thanks for celebrating our interdependence with us and living locally for a week. Feel free to check out some of the organizations in our community that are supporting people in living locally and get involved. We'd also love to hear your success stories on our Facebook page or our blog. Hey, but don't just stop at a week. Continue to live locally and get other people involved. We look forward to celebrating our community with you.